are with us, as this is our first live program specifically for this year 2022. Live with you specifically on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Helen Television System right here live in St. Lucia. Give thanks as we are in the year 2022, and it is a wonderful year. I mean, the year have begun very well. Actually, what we did is that as this new year began, we actually, took a little trip up into Jamaica, and saw some of our people in Barbados, and also saw some of our people also in Dominica, as it has definitely been a while since we actually traveled even after that whole COVID scenario. So I give thanks as we did have a wonderful time with our people in all these different countries over there that we actually visited after a very long time. So all love and prosperity to all our people there in Jamaica. Give thanks for the warmth and the hospitality that we were given while we were up there, and definitely we look forward to be doing some work with the people in Jamaica more long term when it comes to our overall wellness ministry. So give thanks all those people there on YouTube and those people on Instagram. It's a while that we have not done a live. Our previous live was long time ago. I mean, probably that was at the ending of, I think it was the ending of December. That was our live, blessed love. So give thanks, Sketch, Bashment, Tat, and Clark, Fiona, Clark N, Fiona. Give thanks for everyone who is with us, all blessings and prosperity. Dennis Williams, give thanks. Give thanks, Michelle McDonald. Give thanks, Honorable Goddess Ethiopia Uhuru. Give thanks, all those people who are with us. I mean, this year began with, a lot of positive news actually coming out. In the whole world, I mean, lots of positive news, lots of hopeful news, lots of people specifically, in the whole aspect of the COVID. There was some wonderful reviews coming out of the whole realms of the use of cannabis and the hemp plant in the whole fight against COVID. And there was this brand new study. They say it's brand new, but as I have said previously, we had actually offered even the government of St. Lucia. We wrote the Chief Medical Officer and the Minister of Health and also the Prime Minister's Office, and we had offered them one of our products, specifically called the Answer, which do contain a certain percentage of hemp inside of it, as you could see on the label. And we had wrote to them and told them that the Answer, which is basically a blend between the gully root and the vervine and the soursop leaf, soursop root, soursop bark, vervine leaf, vervine root, vervine bark, and also the hemp seeds, hemp root, hemp leaf, and the hemp bark, and also the periwinkle. That blend specifically was very effective when it came to the whole aspect of combating of the SARS-CoV-2 virus or the COVID, and this research just came out from, I can't even remember the university, but the research actually came out stating that cannabis, some of the cannabinoids within the whole aspect of the cannabis plant has been linked towards preventing the entrance of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, the virus that actually causes COVID-19 into the cells of a plant, of human beings. So imagine that all the time. I don't know what they're gonna do now when it comes to the whole aspect of we in the Caribbean region are really going to begin to push forward the whole realms of of making our own medicines when it comes to the SARS-CoV-2 or the COVID-19 disease, or we are still going to sit down and wait for somebody else to give us something that they say is good for us, when we know that specifically that as the results have shown, as the tests have shown, as the scientific experimentations have shown that, look, ganja, cannabis, hemp, specifically the hemp extracts, are very effective in the prevention of the contraction of COVID-19. So it's not just about the prophylactic treatment, it's also about the curative aspect of it, meaning that people who had COVID, who specifically suffered with the coronavirus, was able to actually be healed from utilizing hemp extracts. So what they call the cannabis extract. So give thanks, definitely. I mean, the Rastafari has always been right. The Rastafari have actually spoken to the world over and over again when it comes to the whole realms of what is it that we have to offer when it comes to the wellness of our people. And definitely we give thanks for that wonderful study that actually came out, and knowing that St. Lucia is moving. I mean, they have decriminalized cannabis to an extent, and right now they are moving towards the whole realms of having a full marijuana industry. I mean, in St. Lucia. I mean, I do give thanks for that. Blessings, honorable. Good to be back on your mission. Rastafari, give thanks, bro. Give thanks, my brother. And give thanks for all those people who are with us this evening. So what we are going to do, we're just going to welcome you into the new year. We are going to be giving thanks for the 2022, as 2022 is specifically, 222 is 6, the year of the 6, and definitely, 6 is that year of manifestation, the changing of everything you would call in the ethereal realms into something physical and tangible. So this is the year that you have to look at manifesting anything that you want to manifest. 2022 is the year to actually have it manifested in the physical form. Bring it into its carbon form. 222, the 6. I said 666 is the number of the man, but you know what it is? 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Basically the atomic configuration of carbon. So do give thanks for that number 6, as definitely as we are in the year of that physical manifestation, right? And this new program, this opening program, is a program that we are going to just open up to you as our people and allow you that opportunity to send in your greetings, send in your blessings. Specifically, let us know how things have been going with you. Let us know what is it that you intend to do for this wonderful new year. And as the year has started, today's already the 17th. Definitely just now 17th or 18th. I think it might be the 18th already now. Well, let me see what date it is already. Oh, it's already the 18th. So January is almost gone. So for those people who think that time is gonna be waiting, time waits on no man. Time is the only thing that when you lose it, you are definitely lost for time forever and ever. Amen. When you waste time, when you procrastinate, when you don't do anything with your time, definitely when that time is gone, that time there is definitely gone. So we are already on the 18th day of January. So January is almost virtually gone, and then February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and again January again. So this is the time whereby we are gonna be specifically be able to create stuff within that. Call on Instagram. Don't call on Instagram. Who is that person that's doing that idiotic thing? Why would you want to be calling on Instagram when you see that a live is going on? Don't be such an idiot. Don't do this type of. Why you want to interrupt? This is it. Come on. If you want, you could type a message. You want to be calling on Instagram. You see, you've made my people lose the sound. Why is somebody's actually called? You see, people now complaining, no sound, no sound. Why would you want to be calling on Instagram? I don't know what kind of thing that person there is actually doing. Now all the people are complaining, no sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Sound is gone, sound is gone, sound is gone. Can you hear the sound now? Testing for sound. Sound gone, sound still gone. Can't hear you, King. Oh, you see, no one can hear what I'm saying now. You see that? Muted. Oh my goodness, these people here. Some type of thing. Why would this person there want to do that? You want to be calling live on Instagram when we are on air? No sound. Okay, alright. Alright, let me see this, if we could fix this up for our people here. Let us see if we could just fix this up here for our people. So we are live again this time. So what we're gonna do for, so we could open up the lines from early tonight and have a wonderful discourse, a discussion, you know, to see how it is that we could actually continue with what it is that we are doing. So you could put on the line and we'll be live. We'll be taking your calls. Please don't call on Instagram. When you call on Instagram while we are doing a live, what actually happens is that we just lose the sound. You know, so what happens if a while ago somebody was actually trying to call and we just lost the sound? Don't do them kind of thing. They're calling on in people just like that, freeness kind of thing. Yeah, so tonight is the night whereby you have that opportunity to actually discuss with us. So whatever it is that you might want to share with us or talk to us about, it is your specific night, so you could actually just type a message. Don't try and call or do any of them things there on any of these other platforms like Instagram. Type whatever it is that you want to type. Blessed evening, Honorable Capillero. Give thanks, and this is the evening. The lines are open, 17584522693. And definitely you could text us right there on our YouTube platform, or you could text us right there on the Instagram platform. So if it is that you want to communicate with us, 2022, what is it that we are going to be fulfilling in this 2022? And it is very important. Gratitude for the womb healing benefits of the St. John's bush. Yes, I mean, plenty people now, you know, St. John's bush is one of the herbs that has been used, which is indigenous to St. Lucia, and it is a herb that the world have not really heard of. The St. John's bush, or what is referred to as the Secunda justicia, and a lot of women with what they call polycystic ovarian syndrome, people with fibroids, people with infertility, lack of libido, painful periods, many people who have actually had many issues when it comes to their womb health. Even the St. John's bush is what they call an amenagogue. It's a herb that actually causes the contraction of the uteral lining. So when it is that you take St. John's bush, it's not a herb that people would have actually utilized while they're pregnant. Because if you take St. John's bush while you're pregnant, what it can do specifically is actually cause what you refer to as an abortion. So you could literally have an abortion if you use St. John's bush while you're pregnant. That is how powerful St. John's bush is. It actually causes the womb to contract. So you have plenty of women who suffers from bad menstrual pains. What they do, that you could take the St. John's bush actually 7 days before your expected cycle, and 7 days during the expected cycle, during that cycle. So it helps to prepare your physical structures for that transition, and also helps to clean out the womb. Also help the contractility of the endometrial lining, and also because it is also so rich in iron. So the fact that it actually helps with womb health is because of its properties of being an amenagogue, meaning that it helps to cause the uterine lining to actually contract. It causes the uterus to actually contract. That's a St. John's bush. And when you make a tea with it, it is actually blood red because of the high iron content that the St. John's bush also contains. But St. John's bush is not only a herb that is actually utilized. I'm not talking about St. John's wort. I'm talking about St. John's bush, what they call Secunda justicia, which is this herb there is not only a herb that utilized only for, let's say, womb problems. It is also utilized for any type of conjunctivitis, which is basically inflammation of the conjunctiva, conjunctivitis, right? Which is basically that outside layer of your eye. So what they refer to as a red eye. So when it is that you have red eye, people utilize the St. John's bush, the scientific name being Secunda justicia, as an eye wash, which is very good as an anti-inflammatory for the eyes. So definitely it is something that you could look into. So those of you who've been using the St. John's bush, definitely give thanks for that, and give thanks for the St. John's bush, as plenty of the women and them who used to have plenty of difficulties when it comes to menstrual pains have actually gotten rid of that. And for those people, it's always very good to utilize the St. John's bush, which is basically that potent womb cleansing herb together with your red raspberry. So you would use like the St. John's bush 7 days before your cycle, 7 days during the cycle, and then you use the red raspberry 7 days during the cycle and 7 days after the cycle have actually stopped. So these two herbs specifically are very effective when it comes to womb health, and both of them are potent sources of your iron. So for the women who actually have anemia or low iron levels, they could use the St. John's bush 7 days before the cycle, 7 days during the cycle, and you could then utilize the red raspberry leaf 7 days during your cycle and 7 days after the cycle have actually stopped. So you could use that for that whole aspect of that 21 days. You use that combination of the St. John's bush and the red raspberries. 7 days before, 7 days during, 7 days after. 7 3 is the 21. So when it is that as a woman you have menstrual problem, you have pain during your menstrual cycle, you don't wait when your cycle actually began or begins to actually start to get a pill or get something to actually numb the pain. You will start to work on that process even before your cycle actually comes. So if you're expecting your cycle next week Saturday, so even like all from now, you have already begun on your St. John's bush, right? You're preparing that whole womb for that cleansing. So it is very important that you're actually very proactive when it comes to womb health for the woman. What measures do you take in this present COVID time for persons who want to visit Mount Kailash? Do you screen them? I mean, definitely our Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center is what we refer to as a COVID certified facility. That means that people come from anywhere around the world and come right into Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center. It is not something that, I mean, you just follow the protocols. So I think coming into St. Lucia is a negative PCR test 72 hours before you come in, and you just fill up your what you call your form right online on the St. Lucia website, and you just choose the Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center and you come right in. So there is not a problem when it comes to coming up into Mount Kailash. It is very easy. I mean, all it is just come and just book your time, book your flight and sign up with MKRC, book to come in, and definitely when you come in, you don't have to go and quarantine anywhere. You come right into the mountains. Bitters good for menstrual pain. I mean, bitters are normally very aggressive when it comes to contraction of the womb, right? So if it is that you are in pain, it's better you utilize some kind of a warming or soothing herb, as we say, the St. John's bush and the red raspberry, right? So also you could utilize the cerasee bush, which is a bitter plant, right? But at the end of the day, it is a more aggressive herbal cleanse, so you can utilize more the St. John's bush or the red raspberry. Yes, that was from Dr. Petrina ADC. I don't know. I'm trying my best. What about the fallopian tube and the cleaning and healing? Well, I mean, the St. John's bush is a womb cleanser, and we have a product called the womb cleanser. Specifically, this here is one of the herbs that you basically in our home cleanser: the St. John's bush, the cerasee bush, the cinnamon, the bay leaf, right, the calabash syrup. All these things, they help to actually cleanse out the fallopian tube and cleanse out the womb thoroughly, smoking willy. So this would be very good for you. Miss Me Joy One, do you take calls on WhatsApp? No, we do not take any calls on WhatsApp. If you want to call, you call the direct line 1758-452-2693. That's 1758-452-2693. And that line will take you directly on live on the television in St. Lucia. So we are live on TV in St. Lucia. So if you call the WhatsApp, which is, we don't call the WhatsApp because I don't have that number here with me at all. You could message it afterwards. We could actually answer your questions. But if you want to get live with us on air on the TV, what you do, you call 1-758-452-2693. I'm just gonna post it right now, and I'm gonna pin it for you. Okay, all right. So that's the number that you actually call, 1-758-452-2693. If it is that you want to join us live and you want me to hear you speaking there, right in my eardrums here, and the people of St. Lucia would also hear you when you actually call. Greetings, Honorable Priest from Toronto. Blessed love, Toronto. Clark and Fiona, give thanks. Honorable Sister, Miss Mijoy One, you welcome. Definitely. So do give us a call. Let us know exactly what is it that you have in mind for 2022. And if it is that you have a question, there you go. You could ask it. Yes, caller, blessed. Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Give thanks. Yeah, go ahead. Tifu, your TV is very loud. There's a strong echo in the microphone. Very strong. Ma katanu bien PS. Yeah, please, me still your echo. Yeah, go ahead now. Natano. Yeah. Yeah, it's the quality of the call is horrible. I hardly can. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, blessed. Yeah. The quality of the call is just horrible. I'm hearing this echo in this. It's horrible. Yeah, it's very horrible. Yes. Sorry, what herb are good to prevent miscarriages? Patchouli is a very good herb to prevent miscarriages. You could utilize patchouli and also catnip. You know, catnip. The catnip plant is very effective. You could also use red raspberry leaf in the first or the early stages of your pregnancy. It helps to sustain the pregnancy very, very well. Blessed love, give thanks. So any questions you have, you could call 1-758-452-2693, and definitely you could actually just text your question right there on Instagram. It is your night. What is good to treat good? Yes, caller, blessed. Well, genital, yeah, give thanks, caller. Genital herpes is a STI that we actually treat within a 21-day program, which is basically you'll have to clean your if you're a woman, a female or male. Female. So what you would need to do is basically do our 21-day cleansing program, which will incorporate 3 of the female packages, and each female package is basically colon cleanse, cellular cleanse, mucus removal, you have hormonal balancing, you have blood building, and also you have the final one specifically, which is basically for blood regulating, and you use the answer, which is immune system, and the dewormer for the removal of parasites. So this is like a 21 course program that you'd have to follow, and you'd have to go on a particular nutritional guideline. And during that time, you'd have to avoid sexual contact, especially if you have a partner. That partner would have to go through a similar program that you'd have to go through also for genital herpes. All right, my sister? Yes, well, you could check us on our website or just contact us, send us an email, info@priskelash.com. What's that? Well, we've had a lot of people who have actually utilized our protocol, and then when they test, they don't get no positive test for it at all. You know, so lots of people have gotten results. All right? You're welcome, my sister. Give thanks for the call. Love. Right, so the thing about genital herpes is that if it is that you do a treatment for it and then afterwards you go on and interfere with the same person who gave you the herpes in the first place, I mean, what, you're gonna get it again? You know, so if it is that you have genital herpes, it is important that the person that you are intimate with also goes through a treatment protocol. Hence, you don't get back the same disease that you actually treat yourself from. You know, it's like you had mud on your feet, you go and wash your foot, and then you put your feet back right in the same mud. What's gonna happen is gonna get dirty again, right? So at least you have to remove the mud that your feet don't go back into that mud again. Very important. Yes, I. Good night. Looking for some advice to lower my blood pressure. It is sky high. Think it's genetic. There's nothing genetic about whether or not your blood pressure is sky high. You know, the genetic thing might be the way that you eat and drink. You must be eating the same way your parents have been eating. What you could utilize is the Spanish needle, Biden spilosa, and also you could utilize stinging nettle, seal on the leaf. All these things, they are natural diuretics. You could also utilize parsley juice, green juice made out from parsley. Yes, caller, blessed. Oh, give thanks for your welcome, my sister. Most times when you eat food, the question the sister is asking, when she eats, she begins to perspire. Normally, when you eat food, would the metabolic activity would actually increase. Some people do perspire. You know, to what extent that you get all full, wet and soaking, you get sick. No. Mhm. Oh, she is what she is in menopausal age. She's still seeing a cycle. What to do? She should go on like a good cooling, right? Utilizing cassialata. She could drink cassialata for 7 days, right? And or she could use what they call that thing there, Zebacos as a cooling for the same 7 days. You know, just pour some hot water over it, allow it to cool overnight, and just drink it throughout the day for 7 days. You don't just suspect it's diabetes. You just take a blood test. You just test the blood and see whether the sugar is high. You know, don't just. Well, I mean, diabetes is not about what you could take. It's about changing your lifestyle, right? So you have to start to exercise. You have to drink more water. You have to avoid starchy foods, right? And also you have to use herbs like your serasi, what they call a kokomkuli. You could utilize the neem. You could use the gully root, the root of the gully root, and all these different things you could actually utilize when it comes for diabetes. And don't stress and quarrel too much, because stress does cause elevated blood sugar levels also, right? So it's a process with diabetes, not just about eating and drinking a herb. It's also about exercise, also about emotional health, right? Okay, my sister? You're welcome. Give thanks. Yes, I. Asante Alcindor, Grand Rising, blessed love, give thanks. Rastafari. Bam Bam Shania Wellman, blessed, give thanks. Would the Holy love or give thanks? Can you repeat the herbs for high blood pressure? The herbs to help to treat high blood pressure are what you call electrolyte sparing diuretic herbs. Herb that actually cause you to urinate, but still helps you to maintain your potassium levels. So you look at herbs like your Spanish needle, parsley. You could do a Spanish needle green juice or a parsley green juice. The dandelion also is very rich in potassium and is an electrolyte sparing diuretic. You also have your stinging nettle, you have your seed on the leaf. All these herbs there are excellent to help to regulate your blood pressure levels. All right? Bam, bam, bam. I normally have mucus in the back of my throat. I have been having mucus without having a cold. What is a remedy for this? I mean, stop using dairy products, period. Avoid all dairy products, avoid all fried foods, avoid all starchy foods, and specifically you could utilize the gully root, or what they call the anamu, right? That's a very potent mucus removing plant, right? And also the Biden spilosa, or what they call the Spanish needle, is one of the key herbs that help to rebuild back up the mucous membrane, right? And very potent antiviral. So utilize that also. What herbs are good for muscle knots or tension points in back and shoulders? Drink plenty of water. Do a thorough body massage if warm castor oil and cayenne pepper powder, right? And boost up your potassium level. Any herb rich in potassium, like a dandelion, right? Your sea moss, your bladderwrack, all these herbs there, you could utilize that specifically to increase muscular function. Yes, caller, blessed. Blessed love, honorable. How are you doing? Mm-hmm. What's your age now? You have children? Okay, so do you have a problem with your does it pain you? Does it? Okay. Okay, all right. So I would not recommend that you have to do anything to your womb. I like to, if it is that you have excessive bleeding, what you could utilize is the periwinkle. You know what they call periwinkle? Yeah, you could use the periwinkle. You could use nine leaves and 5 flowers, right, of the periwinkle to half a cup or 3/4 cup of hot water and drink a cup of it. So like 3 days or 5 days before your cycle start to drink the periwinkle. Or you could just utilize the answer. The answer is very good for helping to stop that excessive bleeding, right? All right, okay. Blessed love, my sister. Give thanks. So I mean, if your womb don't give, even if your uterus is inverted, right? It doesn't matter, and you already have 3 children. It doesn't mean that you have to go and remove your womb. If the problem is that you are bleeding excessively, what you do, you use herbs that are what they call astringents, herbs that actually help to stop that excessive bleeding. That you could utilize. Specifically the periwinkle. You could utilize even the red raspberry. All these herbs they are very potent when it comes to help to boost up your iron and also help to stop that excessive bleeding when it comes to the menstrual cycle. All right, questions. Thank you. Happy evening, everyone. Yes, Lisa, I hope you are well, you and your beautiful family. What good for hair growth and preventing male baldness? For hair growth, I mean, you could use rosemary. I mean, rosemary is very potent. You could just actually put some rosemary in some coconut oil or some castor oil, put it in a dark place, allow it to be infused in the oil, and you could utilize that. You could also do a hair wash with rosemary and stinging nettle, do like a tea and wash the hair. Rosemary do help to remove what you call DHT, right? Dihydroxytestosterone. I think is that how you pronounce it? I'm not even sure. But the DHT is basically something that builds up in the root of the hair that causes the root hairs to actually die out and your hair to actually fall off. So nice rosemary tea to use to actually infuse that in your hair is very excellent. And also you could utilize your stinging nettle. Good teas to wash the hair. All right. What herbs work on pituitary and penile gland? The penile is P-E-N-E-A-L, not P-A-N-N-I-L-L. Penile is different, okay? You could use cannabis. Cannabis is a very good herb for regulating glandular function, and because the pituitary gland is the master gland, right? The anterior and posterior pituitary, definitely you could use your ganja or your cannabis to help to work on that. Also very potent for the penile gland. I have two sons that are non-verbal due to immunization vaccines. What is the best for them? Use a CBD extract. The CBD extracts are excellent when it comes to dealing with autism or other mental issues. I mean, we've had plenty of people who are autistic that have utilized the cannabis oil, and it has worked extremely good for them. So you could utilize that specifically for them. All right. Shania Wellman, give thanks for joining us. Any other question? Honorable, I've been having thyroid issues. They say it's nodules. I've been taking CMOS, but I don't think it's working for me. Well, I mean, the bladderwrack is a better herb to utilize when it comes to thyroid problems. So if you have thyroid problems, better you utilize the bladderwrack, right? What they call the kelp. Okay, so use the bladderwrack instead of the sea moss. And what you do also, you could massage the thyroid with some warm castor oil, and then you could take that herb that they call it birds in paradise, so they call it, how they call it again, how they call this herb leaf there in Creole, it just ran away from me. But you could definitely just massage it with warm castor oil, do a nice little poultice with sea salt and turmeric, the turmeric root itself, and put over the thyroid gland, and you could put a nice piece of band-aid over it to keep it in place. That actually helps the thyroid gland very well. And use the bladderwrack. The bladderwrack is a much better treatment for thyroid problem than the CMOS. What herbs are good for overactive sweat gland and excessive sweating of the whole body? Utilize herbs like, as we said earlier on, the shine bush. The shine bush. The shine bush is a very potent herb, or what you call inflammation bush, that you could use to help to take out that extra heat from the physical structure. Just pour some hot water over it, and you could drink the water cool, and you could also utilize the greens in your salad. Very good for muscle loss. Try build up CMOS. Yes, any other questions that you have, let us know, as it is your day. It's our first program for 2022, and we have made it a program whereby you could just ask us your questions, whatever little issues that you might be having, and let us know what excellent things that you want to do for 2022, right? Yes, so no one is telling us what excellent things that they want to do. People are just asking questions about this pain and that pain, but I mean, no one is saying what they want to do. Justin lives, honorable, give thanks. Bam, bam, bam. What herbs are good for enlarged prostate? Utilize the guinea hen weed, the roots of the guinea hen weed. What you do specifically, you boil about 1 liter of water, and you add about, let's say, 2 to 3 ounces of chopped guinea hen root in it, and you allow it to boil for 10 to 15 minutes. You allow it to cool, and you drink this as your water. All right. You could also do a green juice utilizing the complete stinging nettle plant from the roots and the tops, and also you could do a green juice of the blue vervine. All these things there would help you a lot. Okay, Trinity 30.5, good evening, blessings, honorable. Bam, bam, bam. Is there any other question? Okay, questions on Facebooks. What do we use for fibroids? Fibroids is a 21-day program. Fibroids is what you would refer to as a leiomyoma, which is basically a tumor in the muscle of the womb. The fibroids can exist inside of the womb, on the outside of the womb, or anywhere specifically. So this is caused by what we refer to as estrogen dominance. That is when you have excessive levels of estrogen. So it is very important that you balance yourself emotionally when you have fibroids. That is to keep the cortisol levels down, because high levels of stress hormone cortisol do lead to what you call increased levels of estrogen, and also what you call masculinization through an increase in testosterone levels also. So we have a 21-day procedure dealing with the fibroids, which would include abstaining from all animal products and byproducts. And then you have the female package is one of the packages that we sell. You would need to get what you call the super female package and repeat that 3 consecutive 7 days. So it's through a 21-day program, and you go on a pure plant-based guideline, and we have some poultices and some vaginal inserts that we would recommend that you actually utilize, right? And also, as someone is saying here, the red raspberry. It's a complete guideline. So contact us, send us an email, info@priestkailash.com, and or DM us directly in Instagram, and we will assist you when it comes to the dealing with the fibroids. And also, treatment of fibroids is also symptom based. So someone who has an intracavity fibroid, where the fibroid is inside of the womb area itself, that person there would have a lot of heavy bleeding. So you would have to utilize herbs to curb the heavy bleeding, and also herbs to help to boost back up the iron because of the loss of iron due to the heavy bleeding. So based on the symptoms that you are suffering from with your fibroids, that will also help to determine what type of treatment that you would be afforded when it comes to treatment of your fibroids. Let me to pin my email, Julie. Okay, let me pin my email for you. Definitely the email is info@priestkailash.com. priestkailash.com. Yes, I post. All right. I'll pin it for you. Okay, so info@priestkailash.com. Blessed love, can you take the male detox with kidney and heart problems? Of course you can. Blessed love, priest, what are the most effective herbs to deworm children? Doris Mason, you could utilize what you call the semen contract, the semen contour, or the wormwood. You could utilize that, about 7 grams to a cup of hot water for children, and you could add probably 2 teaspoons or 1, based upon the age of the child. If it's a child below 5, 1 teaspoon of virgin castor oil. If the child is above 5, 6, 7, you could use 1.5, 2 teaspoons of virgin castor oil with the semen contract tea. Excellent for the deworming of children. Very potent. Advice for, we're not adding any vice, regulating blood sugar and fatty liver. Fatty liver, stop all alcoholic drinks. Begin to use your Cassia alata, which is king of the forest, and it is 13 leaves to 1.5 liters of hot water. Allow it to infuse in that hot water overnight, and in the morning you drink that specifically. Regulating your blood sugar levels, ease off under stress. What you do also is that you utilize gully root, cerasee bush, all these here, cinnamon leaf. These are excellent herbs that you could utilize to help to balance your sugar levels. Okay, herbs for balancing female hormones: the St. John's bush, red raspberry, cerasee. These 3 herbs are excellent, but the St. John's bush is the boss. Secunda justicia helps to balance that hormone. Wisdom pearl, greetings, honorable. Ben, if herbs for infection in the lower leg, person is in Jamaica. When you say infection in the lower leg, what is it that you are talking about? Yes, caller, blessed. For what? Hernia. Yeah, a hernia. What a hernia is? Masa, okay, oh, okay, go, Gwen, you got it. Yeah, well, basically, it's something whereby the person have to come and see us for. It's not something that. Yeah, you could turn off. You could hang up the phone. Yeah. For the hernia, I mean, there's something you'd have to push it because the hernia, in inguinal hernia, this is when the intestines itself is passing through this, where the spermatic cord is passing, and then goes down into the intestine, into the testicles, right? So you have to push it back in, and you have to apply some herbs to block up that hole that has happened there because of the weakness of that abdominal muscle. So you could use that. You could use Vefen Kawib, you know, but definitely it is a situation whereby the person needs to come in to get therapy. All right. Yes, I. What is good for epilepsy? I appreciate love, your time, patience, and knowledge, honorable. Give thanks, Jillian, for that appreciate loving. Cannabis oil is the best thing for epilepsy, or you could also use Erignum foetidum, what they refer to as fitweed, Erignum foetidum. That is an excellent herb for epilepsy, or what they call fitweed. Started as a foot infection and has gotten worse, has moved up the leg. The leg is not weeping and has sores. She now got, is that person diabetic? You know, we have a product called the dewormer. You know what you have to do? You have to wash off the leg, clean out with the dewormer, and then you apply cannabis oil. Very, very good. Yes, caller, blessed. Caller, go ahead. All right, sister. Give thanks. Your TV's loud, so I'm hearing an echo. I didn't even understand anything you said. I didn't understand. Yeah, go ahead. Repeat what you said, please. A bad waist. Your whole body. You sure it's not COVID? Is that okay? If you boil shy blow, a lot more water. All right, a lot more water, and avoid too much red meat. I made up viand. You know, don't eat too much meat, and you know, and avoid too much peas. Not peas, beans, like red beans and pink beans and kidney beans and all them things there. Avoid too much of these things, okay? All right, blessed. Thank you. I tried CBD oil and other CBD products, but it makes me too jittery as I just had coffee, but I will try the other herb that you spoke about. I appreciate love you, not appreciate hate. We don't appreciate hate, we appreciate love. Yes, sister, you could DM us and we could actually guide you to get the best thing for your epilepsy. Just send us a direct message. All right? Blessed Love Priest recommend vitamins for toddlers. We don't really recommend vital amines for toddlers. We just feed them properly. That's what we do. We just give them lots of positives of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, fresh green juices, you know. Yeah. Sun allergy herbs, please. Sun allergy. You allergic to the sun? Is that what you said? I don't understand that. Please clarify. Clarify. Please. What is good for all STDs? There is nothing good for all STDs. Which STD are you talking about? Post-stroke. What is the herb regimen I would be on post-stroke? When it's stroke, definitely it's if it you have damage when it comes to your blood supply to your brain. So you have to help your brain tissue, nervous tissue. So there's a plant called sensitiva, or what they call mimosa pudica, which is very effective. You could utilize that. You could also utilize your cannabis green juice. You could do a green juice with the ganja, right? Definitely that will help you a lot. Rahim Hashan, when is the herbal manual? The herbal manual is coming out soon. We just going through a final edit, all right? So you will be getting that very, very soon. Yes, we have 8 more minutes. We have 8 more minutes for menstrual cramps. St. John's Bush, okay? St. John's Bush. Use St. John's Bush. St. John's Bush is what we refer to as Secunda justicia. It's a herb with a nice red flower. When you pour hot water over it, the water actually turns red. Very effective for menstrual cramps. And you take it 7 days before the cycle and 7 days during the cycle. And also utilize what you call red raspberry leaves tea 7 days during the cycle and 7 days after the cycle. You have severe allergies to the sunlight, DM us directly, please. Herbs for PCOS, please. PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, is something that you have to deal with holistically. You know, plenty of people with PCOS are people who've been traumatized, so you have to deal with your emotions as a human, specifically, both for PCOS and fibroids, right? And then this, what you do, you have to do a 21-day program utilizing the female package specifically. Okay? All right. How do you read bacterial vaginosis? Have a call? No? Okay. Bacterial vaginosis, get a female package, get the dewormer, get the answer, and we do a vaginal insert with the castor oil leaf and cannabis oil. Blessed Love, Honorable, give thanks for the upliftment. What is the best way to properly cleanse the bowels and restore them to be healthy and to function better? Get our free up laxative, taking care of business. Freedom of movement internationally. Get a free up laxative, all right? At richsoulfood.com or prescalash.com. Any one of them, they just get the free up laxative. Yes, the book will guide you. More than guide you, will teach you. That's it. No more questions. All right. I mean, we didn't have too many questions this evening. I mean, today was the day that the people were given an opportunity to ask all the questions that they wanted to ask. Yes, caller, blessed. Yes, sister, blessed. I am blessed. Thank you for asking. At all. Okay, what's your age now? Wow, and you never sweat for your whole life? Oh my goodness, give thanks, my sister. What you might have to do is just cleanse out yourself. When was the last time you took a colon cleanse? Remember? When was the last time you took a colon cleanse? Yeah, get our free up laxative and unclog yourself. All right? The free up laxative. Go at Livity on Jeremy Street. Okay? You're welcome. Blessed. Greetings to you, Honorable, and the people of St. Lucia. What are your thoughts about the chakras, mainly the 7 chakras, as it relates to maintaining good health and wellness? Well, as they say, as above, so below. So we say it's more than 7 chakras. It's 7 below and 7 above, and still another 7 in the effort. So we do believe in cleansing of your endocrine system, which actually is linked up with your whole chakra system. So this is another topic altogether. Honorable Priest asking for migraine help. Drink rosemary tea for the migraine headache. Okay. Show Tracy evening to you also. What about the GERD? How can I treat it? Use patchouli, right? So you could use the patchouli plant and you drink a cup of patchouli tea every 2 hours for 7 consecutive days. Yes, brother bro, I always give thanks for the knowledge, getting to know more and more about the physical structure. Love and light, Jah bless the eye through these strains. Love, give thanks. Tylenol good for headaches? What somebody just said there. Okay. Blessed love. What can you use to remove gas from the intestine? It's bubbles. Use patchouli. Patchouli is very good. Patchouli, excellent. It seems like G. Teshafe is in the wrong place. We don't talk about Tylenol here, brother. What are you talking about? You drunk or something? You want some drugs? You must be on drug. That man you must be on drugs. You know Tylenol is a drug. You must be a drug addict. Yes, caller, blessed. Blessed. From where? I didn't get it properly. Sufret, okay, all right. Chronic what? Gas pain. Use the patchouli plant. Okay, patchouli. But you have to drink it consistently for 7 days. Probably you put about 13 leaves in a flask, you pour some hot water over it, and every 2 hours you drink a cup of tea. And repeat this for 7 days, okay? And eat on time and stop stressing and arguing, okay? You're welcome. Pharmacy, not pharmacy, to the one asking about Tide don't know all. Tide, the person asking about that is just, they're an addict, they're drug addict, they're on drugs. What can we get the patchouli? I have patchouli going wild in the mountain, my sister, so come and join us anytime that you want. And you could actually get some patchouli, okay? Herbs that good for chronic hemorrhoids. Veven Kawib, what they call carpet daisy. Blessed love. All right, so our time is basically up this evening. Give thanks for all those of you who were with us on YouTube, those of you who are with us on Instagram, those on HTS Official on Facebook, and also those of you that was live with us in St. Lucia on HTS Television. All right, so give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. Herbs for anxiety. Patchouli is a very good herb to help to treat anxiety. Give thanks, Theo. Give thanks, Goddess Jasmine. Give thanks, Julie Tech. Empress Mystic Tafari. Give thanks, Lisa Wright. Give thanks for all everyone who actually joined us tonight. Dorista Mason. Give thanks, Raja. Give thanks, Daniel Forbes. Give thanks, Sandrina Morales. Give thanks. No more questions. We cannot answer any more questions this evening as our time is definitely up. So give thanks for everyone that was with us this evening. All blessings and prosperity. Peace divine. If you have any other questions, just directly DM us, direct message us in the Instagram, or our email address is pinned right here. You could actually just get that and email us right there, info@priestkailash.com. All peace and blessing, love divine. May Almighty God bless and keep you. And remember that on Jeremy Street, Livity is now specializing in all your nice, beautiful herbal teas, green juices, smoothies, and richages. And then we have the Food of Seven ITAL Hotspot, which is a space that is created specifically with ITAL clean cooking in mind, where you have clay pot cooking, you have everyday. We are already open right opposite the Janu Credit Union, Upper Jeremy Street, right onto neck closer to the Strosey area, where K's Lunch used to be before. Go there also to get all your wonderful foods. And also we have the Jaja Anine bookshop, and the Can IB's secretariat is also there. So everything Rastafari that you want is available at the Food of Seven Ital Hotspot at Upper J. Rummy Street. Blessed love, give thanks. Blessed love, give thanks.